Google's AI mode is here and you might already have it. Now, this is one of the biggest things to come out. And, we like to joke sometimes that things are out and they're going to break the internet. Well, if anything might break the internet, or at least the traditional ways that we've been using the internet for the past 20, 25 years, it's going to be Google's AI mode. So Google's no longer stepping aside. They've had a very, very disruptive, huge week. I know we've talked a lot about Google Notebook LM in the past. We've been talking about Google Flow, Google Veo. So some different things that are happening here, and it's kind of crazy. So I'm going to do a first reaction. I'm going to show our audience today just how to access the Google AI mode, and we're going to dive right into it. So I've got some prompts already set up that I'm going to compare what a normal Google search would give versus what AI mode's going to give. And then we're going to talk about some strategies to where if you are currently on Google and you want to make sure you're seen by Google AI mode, or if you're a marketer and you're helping your clients do that. So we're going to talk about just the ways to stand out in this newest thing. So what I did first is I went to google.com and I just typed AI mode and I pressed enter, and I got originally to this one right here. So I had to opt in to Search Labs. So this is to get AI installed into your Google. So I did the opt-in here. All right, so it's telling you a bit about how this AI mode works. And then I'm going to say, hey, let's try it. So now we're at the normal landing page for AI, Google AI mode. But if you go to normalgoogle.com now, you'll notice that all the way to the right of your bar, you've got that button for AI mode. You click on it and bada bing, here you are. So this is Google's interface for its AI mode. It is powered by Gemini 2.5 Pro, and it's very interesting. It's definitely going to change the way that we use the internet. So Google AI mode, where it's going to differentiate is it's going to give more of an AI type answer rather than a traditional Google search type answer. So I've got some prompts built in. We're going to see first reaction here, how AI mode does, and compare it versus normal Google. So all right, first one. What's the best standing desk for people over 6 feet tall with lower back pain? So a few interesting caveats. We'll click that in the AI mode, and then I'm going to go to normal Google and see how that does as well. All right, so this one will go just as a normal Google. Ooh, it even gives a little ad for AI mode here. It's the first time I've seen that. That's cool. So, but I think you could tell maybe the prompt that I gave was one that AI would answer best. And what it did is it gave a very, very short summary here for Google, and then it gave a link right away for the best, 9 standing desks for tall people. Pretty good option. So let's see what AI mode did. So, all right, this is pretty cool. So you're getting your usual kind of AI response to where you're getting some information, and then you're getting recommendations for all of these different ones. And if you hover over each one of these, if you look at the link here in the bottom, it'll actually bring you up to a traditional Google search query. We're going to click these links and see what it has, but you've got a lot of options for some different people, and then it kind of shows, the prices down here. You can click here to see more options. Factors that'll contribute when choosing a standing desk. So to give you some more information about height range, stability, different things like that. So what it's doing is it's actually called a query fan out. So it'll take the query and it'll then fan it out into as many different directions as it takes to satisfy all the different parts of that query. And then you're getting these answers kind of one by one in here. Perplexity was really good at doing this, and you could actually click and see all of the different queries that Perplexity broke it into. You don't have that yet with Google AI, but I do anticipate it coming. Now, these are not direct links, they're Google search links. So let's click one of these and see what happens here. Okay, so it opens up here on the sides, then you can see all the different options. So that's pretty cool. So you don't actually have to go to the landing page of this product. You can go and see all the different options here. And then when you are finally a little further down your journey, you can then visit the actual website. So what this is going to do is it's going to change website traffic dramatically. It's going to make it so you get a lot less website traffic, but the website traffic that makes it to you much more intentful. So that's really cool. So let's see here. If we go back, so it just gives some options. It's not even really the same ones. And then we've kind of just got some extra questions that it asks, but it doesn't really give you any deeper answers or information. So Google AI search, I think you're off to a great start. This was such a cool answer. So all right, let's keep going here. All right, recommend a 3 quiet, energy efficient window AC units for under $400 for a small bedroom. So that's my next one. All right, and I wanted to do all these to be product-based, so that way to see how it recommends different products and different things. So we'll use Normal Google just automatically brought up links straight, and you might prefer this. You might want to get straight to the links and straight to the answer. You got your prices right here. Let's see what AI mode does. So here it's talking about the 3, because that's what we recommended: energy efficient window units under $400 that are well regarded. Ooh, we didn't even add that to our search query, but we said, hey, let's give them some of the highest rated ones. So it's an extra level of thinking. That's really cool. So this one, 6,000 BTU, looking good. 6,200 BTU. It's got the price right here in the bottom, so definitely under $400. Very cool. If I click one of these, okay, so it's going to open up this side one. So now we can go through kind of all the pictures that are already loaded on the LG website here. And then if you want to get that extra step to actually go to this air conditioner, you're going to click this link down here, and then it's going to open up the page. So again, we've already done a few steps of research here through Google AI before we even opened up this LG, about this air conditioner. So that's pretty cool. So you're able to compare here at a higher level and get the answers you're looking for. Let's get a little more. So some extra things of note here. Prices might depend. Look for Energy Star certification, so on and so forth. So pretty cool. I'd say already I'm 2 for 2 on getting much better answers. So all right, here we go. This one should be fun. Compare Yeti, Stanley, and Hydro Flask for toddler safe use and spill resistance. Okay. So we're comparing different brands, but then we're adding in a very important caveat of toddler use. So let's see what the brain does here. On this one, let's go back to my standard Google, see how that does. So we are getting an AI overview here, which is very important. So that is, like a step into the AI search. So Hydro Flask generally wins. Yeti, Stanley coming in close behind, but with some slight differences. So we do have a lot more information, and this kind of is what I'm expecting. Dive deeper in AI mode. All right, so let's see what AI mode brings us here. So, all right, so it's going to give you the kids. Oh, this is pretty cool. It's giving the kids version of each bottle, the pros, the cons. Stanley Quencher, the one for kids, highly durable, pros and cons. So I love having the pros and cons laid out right in front of you. And it stayed more to the prompt at hand rather than Google kind of running with it. So toddler-specific features to look for. Here's the recommendations and important notes. So this definitely was a bit more in-depth, so that's pretty cool. And but this one right now, if I want to click on it right away, I don't have a link. So that's a little bit of a drawback. So we're not there so much there. The Quencher. So we do get some ads over here for the Yeti Rambler. So I think Yeti probably spends the most money in Google Ads, would be my guess here. But so definitely a drawback for Stanley Quencher not having the links right there available. Whereas when we get over here, you know what? The links weren't even readily available in the standard Google. So, but it did give us to a good blog talking about the best water bottles for kids. So that's cool. Here's another one there. So, and a YouTube video. So that's your standard kind of Google where it's going to get you to a few different articles or a few different blogs talking about it. It's always going to give YouTube its due diligence because YouTube is owned by Google and they work in cahoots. So you want to get a good YouTube video about whatever it is that's going on. But, I wouldn't say there's a defined winner on this query here back and forth between this. I mean, I got the information that I'm looking for. I guess I'm going to have to take an extra step to go and try to search some of these. And I bet you I could probably do some follow-up questions, but we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. All right. So best smartwatch for seniors that can detect falls and doesn't require a smartphone. Ooh, that's a good one. All right. Let's see what this one's got. So we're not referencing any brands right away. We're letting it kind of do its thing. Let's see what the answers are here on Google. Okay. Yep, that is what I meant. So 10 best smartwatches for seniors, smartwatches, but I don't know if it's going to get the full prompt and have all the caveats here. So medical alert watches for seniors. Okay. So it's getting us to some articles to where we're going to have to do some more research. Let's check out what Google AI did. Smartwatch for seniors that can text fall, doesn't require a smartphone. So nice. This is what I'm talking about. This is that next level. So it's a watch specifically designed as a standalone medical alert device. Doesn't need to be paired with a smartphone. Has automatic fall detection, fast response times, GPS tracking, built-in speaker. Very cool. So this is giving the definite information I was looking for. And if you notice, this one's underlined, so I can click on it and get a little bit further down this rabbit hole. It's definitely a smartwatch looking thing. In fact, after doing this, I might recommend it for my mom here across the street because she is getting a little older and has had some issues. So So keep in mind fall detection accuracy, battery life, ease of use, monitoring service. So sometimes these service cost money, different things like that. So these are all things to factor in. And I'm sure we can go further down the rabbit hole. So Google AI search, getting some great information, really getting down to the nitty gritty of it. All right, let's do one last one for the sake of this video, but this is pretty exciting. It's cool. I want to buy a camera for filming band rehearsals in low light with great audio. Hey, this is right up my alley. And you know what? I wouldn't mind the answers for this. So we got a few caveats here. Low light, great audio. What are the options? So it's going to do a query fan, and it's going to ask each of these things individually and then compile the results back in, which is really cool. So I got that going. Let's see what standard Google does. Low light band rehearsal, great audio. So, all right. So the AS7, which I know is a good camera. The Canon. So those are options for more budget friendly. You want to consider this. Good microphones. So, all right, pretty good here. But again, this is kind of the AI overview stepping in. And this might be eventually where Google ends up while they're testing Google AI mode now. And they have standard Google. But I foresee that all of this becoming blended and becoming one thing. Just like they claim, with the next ChatGPT, that ChatGPT 5 is going to be all the modes blended together. But it's going to decide when's the best time to give you the right information based upon the prompt that you gave it. And ultimately, I think that's what we're expecting out of these AIs, is for them to kind of make up our mind for us as to which platform or which direction we need to go down. But I will say, for my first response in testing Google AI mode versus standard Google, I'm very impressed by it. I definitely see this being a major step in direction that Google's going to continue to go. And I'd love to know what you think. Have you used Google AI mode yet? Please let me know in the comments. And if you've gotten this far in the video and you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do. We're marching closer to that 1,000 subscriber goal of Rosh and I, so we're getting excited for that. And then lastly, if you do want to get all the latest news and updates in the world of AI about how Rosh and I are using it to affect our personal endeavors and our clients, check out the Creative AI Show. That's every Monday. We're streaming on all the popular podcast platforms and right here on the YouTube channel. So until then, we are two creative guys talking AI.